Welcome to Inspired Cooking with Lana. I am a life coach who loves to cook, so thought I would combine the two and bring you good food and food for thought. So let's get started. So I have been on a kick lately. I have been reading a lot about bone broth and the benefits of bone broth. So bone broth is high in protein, collagen, it's low in carbs, obviously, and it has a high amino acid glycine, as well as glucosamine and chondroitin, which are really good for your joints. So bone broth, there are many benefits to bone broth. Your hair, skin, and nails. It helps with weight loss because it is high in protein, so it helps curb your appetite. It's also known to be good for gut health, as well as, like I said, your joints with the glucosamine and chondroitin. A lot of people take that as a supplement, and that is in bone broth. So what I've been doing since I've been on a kick of bone broth is I bought this brand called Kettle and Fire, and they have all different flavors. So this one is a mushroom chicken, and this one is a chipotle beef. So I have been having different varieties of these, and I just have a cup in the morning. I actually even am starting to prefer it more than my coffee. So just having a nice cup of warm bone broth in the morning. But these are kind of expensive. I would say retail they're about $8 a box, and this is 16 ounces. So you get two 8-ounce cups for $8. So I'm going to make my own bone broth tonight, and I'm going to add up the cost of all of this, and I will put it onto my website, and I'm going to do a cost comparison to see which bone broth is actually more affordable. I think mine is going to be more affordable. I bought a bag of beef marrow bones. They're 100% grass-fed, no antibiotics. You definitely want quality bones. You do not want farm-raised antibiotics. You want to stay away from all of that. You want quality bones. And so I got this at Sprouts, and this box I probably could do 2 batches, but since it's completely thawed, I am going to just put this all into one batch. And this particular bag of bones was $11. So again, I'm going to do the math, and I'll let you know how it shakes out as far as price. But so all I'm doing is putting everything into a crock pot. How simple is that? And so from here, you're just going to add lots of flavor. And actually, I'm going to start with purified water. So you want to make sure you get quality bones, and you want to also make sure that you have quality water to start. So, we're going to fill the crock pot. I'll probably do one more container of this of water in my crock pot. So from here, we're just going to add any flavor that you want. So a mirepoix is basically, celery, onion, and carrots, and most recipes for any kind of soups and stock start with a mirepoix. So we are going to also do celery, carrots, and onions. And again, you really want to go for organic, and so these are organic carrots. So I'm not going to peel them. I washed them. I'm not going to peel them. I'm just going to cut them in half. And I have a cutting board here. We're just cutting these in half and throwing them in. Leaving the stalks on. So we're going to do a small stalk of celery, again organic celery. I'm going to cut off the end, and I've washed these already, so there's no need to I'm not going to clip off the ends or make them pretty. I'm just putting in a whole thing of celery. And next I'm going to put in an onion. We're just going to quarter the onion. We're going to put in a whole onion, so we just cut it into big chunks of 4s. So how simple is this, right? And then you just add, so from here, that's your mirepoix of onion, celery, carrots, and then what sounds good to you after that you would like in your bone broth. I personally am a huge fan of lemongrass, so I am going to put in this lemongrass. I'm just going to peel off the outer layer of lemongrass. So into the pot, I'm putting in lemongrass. And next is ginger. So I love ginger, and I'm I'm going to put in lots of ginger. Actually, so I am going to peel a little bit of the outer layer of the ginger. But I'm not going to worry about being too perfect because it's just going to be a stock. After this, we're going to drain it all. So just putting in 2 chunks of ginger. And now I have this bunch of parsley, and we're just going to shave off some of the stems. And we're just going to throw this parsley in. And I love thyme as a flavoring, so we're just going to throw in a big chunk of thyme. And from here we're going to do a nice dash of salt and pepper. So again, you can flavor this with anything you want. Once the stock gets done, we're going to put this on the crock pot on low for 20 hours. I am going to add a little bit more water. So we're going to put this on low for 20 hours to let all of the proteins in the marrow come out of the bone, flavor this broth, and we're going to give it a taste test and see how it is tomorrow, and I will let you know. And I'll also let you know the cost difference between this and the store-bought version. So I'm pretty excited to try it. So one other quick thing that I would like to share with you as far as recipes goes, and that would be a recipe, just a quick, simple 3-ingredient recipe for happiness. So, you know, I know this is new beginnings, the new year. You know, we had a challenging year last year, and if you follow these 3 simple ingredients, you will be sure to find more, to bring more happiness into your life. So the 3 simple ingredients are, number 1, be in the present moment. So, you know, when you're thinking about the past, you know, you're thinking about regret or things that happened that could have been different. When you're thinking about the future, you're worrying about, and not always, you know, sometimes we're thinking about positive things in the past and positive things in the future, but when you find yourself worrying, you find yourself in anxiety or depression, what are your thoughts? Your thoughts, you know, 99.9% of the time, your thoughts are going to be in the past or they're going to be in the future. So 3 simple ingredients for the recipe of happiness is, number 1, be in the present moment. So when you find your mind wandering, you know, notice, come back to the present moment. Right now, I am right here, right now. And when you are in the present moment, that's where happiness lies. So ingredient number 1. Ingredient number 2, love more. So there's not enough love in the world. Like, you know, people are lonely, people are suffering from, you know, loneliness and, you know, all different things. If you want more love, give more love. And if you have a lot of love, then you have a lot more love to give. So love more. Ingredient number 2. And ingredient number 3 is gratitude. So on a daily basis, even if you've had the most crappiest day of your life, think about what it is in that day that you're grateful for. You know, if you have your health, if you have your family, if you have a roof over your head, your animals, you know, nature, you know, think about anything and everything to be grateful for, and the more you flood your mind with gratitude, the more happiness will show up and the more you'll have to be grateful for. So 3 simple ingredients for happiness, and this is a very simple recipe for bone broth. So I hope that you like this recipe. I will come back and share with you after this is done. Again, it's going to be 20 hours on low, and I'll share with you how it is. Okay, so it has been 20 hours that this has been in the crock pot on low, and I'm excited to taste it and see how my bone broth turned out. So the smell, so it smells, it smells very beefy, but I can also smell some of the lemongrass in there. So let's just give it a taste and see how it tastes. It's hot. I can taste the lemongrass. I can taste the ginger. You know, I think it has a very good flavor. I didn't put too much salt in there because, you know, you want to be able to salt things as you go. So I'm going to have this as bone broth, but I can also have it as a base for soups and stews and things like that. So I am going to just give it another little taste here. So what I think I could use is maybe just a little bit of apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar is just a nice replacement if you're not wanting to add a lot more salt, but to give it that acidic taste. So I'm just going to add a tablespoon, maybe a tablespoon and a half of apple cider vinegar. So we'll see how that shakes out. Just give it that a stir. Let me taste it one more time. I think it's really good. So I'm just going to strain this. You know, with this recipe, again, I will give you guys the cost breakdown of this. Really want to encourage you and challenge you to try my recipe for happiness. So I'm going to ask that you try that for 30 days. And I am very, very confident that will increase your happiness, increase happiness in general. So if you like this recipe, please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out my website at inspiredcookingwithlana.com. Thanks for watching.